Buckle up, everybody. It's time for our daily deep dive into the wild world of AI. And let me tell you, today's headlines are going to make your head spin. We've got Chinese AI firms shaking things up, the U.S. Navy sounding the alarm about security, and even robots learning to fight wildfires. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've got our AI expert here to help us make sense of it all.
The AI world is moving at warp speed these days. It's definitely exciting, but it can also be a little overwhelming trying to keep up with all the latest developments.
First up, let's talk about DeepSeek. This Chinese startup has just launched a chatbot called DeepSeek R1, and it's causing quite a stir. They're claiming it can go toe-to-toe with OpenAI's models, but for a fraction of the cost. And here's the kicker. It's open source.
Yeah, DeepSeek is making waves, and for good reason. OpenAI and other U.S. companies have been dominating the AI landscape for a while now, but DeepSeek's open source approach is a potential game changer. It means developers can build custom AI models without needing a Silicon Valley-sized budget.
So it's like suddenly everyone has access to a state-of-the-art AI toolkit.
Yeah.
What kind of impact could that have on innovation?
Well, for starters, we could see an explosion of new AI applications, especially from smaller businesses and researchers who were previously priced out of the market. It could lead to AI being integrated into everyday life in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
That's exciting, but not everyone is thrilled about the idea of powerful AI being so accessible. The U.S. Navy, for example, has issued warnings to its personnel about using publicly available AI tools like DeepSeek due to security concerns.
I can see why they're concerned. The military deals with incredibly sensitive information. Imagine a chatbot accidentally leaking classified data or being used to spread misinformation. It's a whole new frontier of cybersecurity warfare.
It's a chilling thought. On the one hand, we've got AI that could revolutionize everything from healthcare to transportation. On the other hand, there's the potential for misuse that could have devastating consequences. It feels like walking a tightrope.
That's a great analogy. We're in uncharted territory here, and finding the right balance between innovation and risk is crucial. Speaking of risk, let's talk about how AI is being used in warfare.
Yeah, EdgeRunner, this company is developing AI specifically for military applications. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
They're developing AI for everything from optimizing logistics to analyzing battlefield data and even controlling drones. The implications are pretty mind-blowing.
So we're not just talking about robots carrying out orders, but AI potentially making life or death decisions on the battlefield. What are the ethical considerations here?
That's the million-dollar question. How do you program a machine to understand the complexities of warfare? How do you ensure it makes the right call in a split-second decision? And who's responsible when something goes wrong?
It's a heavy topic.
Yeah.
But let's switch gears for a moment and talk about how AI is being used to tackle environmental challenges.
This is where AI can really shine. We're seeing it being used to fight wildfires, predict climate patterns, and develop more sustainable technologies. It's a powerful tool for addressing some of the biggest challenges facing our planet.
I read about AI analyzing satellite data to predict wildfire behavior. That's incredible.
It is, and it's just one example of how AI is being used to protect our environment. But there's a catch. Training these complex AI models requires a lot of computing power, which translates to a significant carbon footprint. It's a bit of a paradox.
So AI is helping us fight climate change while also contributing to it. That's a tough pill to swallow.
It's a complex issue. The potential benefits of AI are huge, but we need to be mindful of its environmental impact. And on that note, let's talk about AI's impact on jobs.
I think this is the topic that's on everyone's mind. Is AI going to steal our jobs?
It's a valid concern. AI is automating certain tasks in industries, but it's also creating new opportunities, especially in fields like prompt engineering.
Prompt engineering, what is that?
It's like being an AI whisperer. Prompt engineers are experts at crafting the perfect prompts to get the most out of AI models. And with open source models like DeepSeek R1 becoming more accessible, the demand for prompt engineers is skyrocketing.
So learning how to talk to robots is the new job security.
Oh.
Interesting. It seems like the key takeaway here is that we need to be adaptable and willing to learn new skills.
Exactly. The jobs of tomorrow might not even exist today. So staying ahead of the curve is crucial.
Well said. So we've got Chinese AI firms shaking up the industry, the U.S. Navy worried about security AI fighting wildfires, and maybe even taking some jobs. It's a lot to process.
It is, but we've only scratched the surface. In our next segment, we'll delve deeper into some of these topics, exploring the potential for AI to surpass human intelligence and the ethical dilemmas that come with it. Welcome back to our deep dive into AI news. We just scratched the surface in the last segment, but now I want to go deeper into some of these topics, starting with the big one, AI surpassing human intelligence.
Yeah, that's the one that keeps me up at night. Some of our sources suggest it could happen as early as 2027. I mean, that's right around the corner. Are we talking about robots composing symphonies, writing novels, and solving complex math equations, all while making us the perfect cup of coffee?
Well, it's not necessarily about AI mastering every single human skill. The concept of general intelligence is really complex. AI might be able to beat us at chess or even fold proteins better than we can, but replicating the full range of human cognition, things like common sense and emotional intelligence, that's a whole different ballgame.
So we're not talking about a Terminator-style robot uprising anytime soon.
Probably not. The reality is likely to be more nuanced and less dramatic, at least in the near future. The more pressing question is how we coexist with AI that might be intellectually superior to us in certain ways.
It's a question that raises a whole host of ethical and philosophical dilemmas. How do we ensure that AI remains under human control, even as it becomes more intelligent? What happens if AI develops goals that are in direct conflict with our own?
This is what's known as the control problem, and it's something that AI researchers are grappling with right now. Some are exploring the concept of value alignment, which essentially means training AI to understand and prioritize human values.
But human values are so subjective and often contradictory. How do you even begin to program that into a machine?
It's incredibly complex, but there are a few approaches being explored. One is called inverse reinforcement learning, where AI observes human behavior to infer our goals. Another is cooperative AI, where humans and AI work together to define and refine objectives over time.
So it's an ongoing process, not a one-time fix.
Exactly. And it highlights the importance of transparency and explainable AI. If we're going to trust AI with important decisions, we need to understand how it's arriving at those decisions. We can't just treat it like a magic black box.
Right. We need to be able to look under the hood, so to speak, and make sure the reasoning behind AI's actions aligns with our ethical principles. Otherwise, we risk creating AI systems that are incredibly powerful, but potentially very dangerous.
Exactly. And this brings us to another concerning aspect of AI weaponization.
It's like something out of a sci-fi thriller. Autonomous weapon systems making life or death decisions on the battlefield. It's a scary thought. It is, and it's a very real concern. We have sources here talking about how some countries are already developing AI-powered weapons that can select and engage targets without human intervention.
So we're not just talking about drones being controlled remotely, but AI actually making the decision to fire a weapon. That raises a whole host of ethical and legal questions.
Absolutely. Who's responsible when an autonomous weapon makes a mistake? Can you hold a machine accountable for its actions? These are questions that we as a society need to answer sooner rather than later.
It feels like we're on the brink of a new era of warfare, one where the lines between human and machine become increasingly blurred.
And it's not just about warfare. AI is impacting every aspect of our lives, from the jobs we do to the way we interact with the world around us. We're living through a technological revolution, and it's happening at an unprecedented pace.
It can feel overwhelming trying to keep up with all the advancements. Where do we even begin?
The first step is to stay informed and engaged. Don't be afraid to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and participate in the conversations that are shaping the future of AI.
Right, we need to be proactive, not reactive. We can't just sit back and let technology dictate our future. We need to have a say in how AI is developed and deployed.
Exactly. And that means being aware of the potential risks as well as the potential benefits. AI is a powerful tool. It can be used to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, but it can also be misused with potentially devastating consequences.
It's like fire. It can warm our homes or burn them down. It all depends on how we use it.
That's a great analogy. We need to approach AI with both caution and optimism. We need to acknowledge the risks, but also embrace the possibilities. And most importantly, we need to work together to ensure that AI is used for good, to benefit humanity and create a more equitable and sustainable world for all.
Well said.
Huh.
It's clear that AI is not just a technology. It's a societal issue that requires careful consideration and thoughtful action. The decisions we make today will shape the future for generations to come. We've been talking about all the serious stuff, the risks, the challenges, but we can't forget about the incredible creativity that AI is unleashing.
Oh, absolutely. We're seeing AI compose music, create art, generate photorealistic images, even write poetry. It's pushing the boundaries of human expression in ways we never thought possible.
It's like AI is developing its own art forms, its own unique ways of seeing and interpreting the world.
And it's not just about AI creating art on its own. We're also seeing amazing collaborations between AI and human artists. Musicians are working with AI to compose new melodies. Filmmakers are using AI to generate special effects. Even chefs are using AI to come up with innovative recipes.
It's really blurring the lines between human and machine creativity. It makes you wonder what the future holds for art and expression.
The possibilities are endless, and this is where the open source movement comes in. It's making these powerful AI tools accessible to everyone, not just big corporations and research labs.
It's democratizing AI, putting it in the hands of artists, designers, entrepreneurs, anyone with a creative vision.
Exactly. And this is leading to an explosion of innovation and experimentation. We're seeing new art forms, new business models, new ways of thinking about the world, all thanks to AI.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be alive, but it's also a time of great responsibility. We need to ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly, that it benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
I completely agree. We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential impacts of AI, both positive and negative. We need to establish clear guidelines and regulations to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in a way that aligns with our values.
We need to think about the long-term consequences of the choices we make today. We're not just shaping the future of technology, we're shaping the future of our society.
And ultimately, it's up to us to decide what kind of future we want to create. Do we want a future where AI is used to empower and uplift humanity? Or do we want a future where AI is used to control and exploit us?
That's a profound question, and one that we all need to ponder. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the rise of Chinese AI to the potential for AI to surpass human intelligence, from the use of AI in warfare to its impact on the creative arts. It's clear that AI is a powerful force, one that is already transforming our world in countless ways.
And it's only going to become more powerful and more pervasive in the years to come. The AI revolution is not something that's happening in some far-off future. It's happening right now. It's happening all around us.
So let's embrace the possibilities, but also proceed with caution. Let's engage in thoughtful and informed discussions about the ethical and societal implications of AI. Let's work together to ensure that AI is used to create a better future for everyone.
A future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
That's a great note to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.